My name is Ayqa Khan, and I'm a visual artist based in New York. My mom owns a beauty salon. Like, she owns two beauty salons, so like I grew up around like this very specific idea of what feminine means. There wasn't like a specific moment where I was like, I'm queer or something, but I think like the early things that I would do were like maybe very queer. And I was always like pretty anti hair removal because it just seemed so silly to me and just so unnecessary and like a waste of time. And like I also didn't feel uncomfortable when somebody commented on my body hair. Like it was so okay with me. I was like, all right, this person feels this way, that's okay. Like I don't care. I have always been drawing for a long time, and I think I really just sat with myself one day and I was like, okay, well, what is the kind of work that I want to make? I'm always thinking about identity, and there's something about doing that like feels like suffocating, and it feels like, why do I always have to think about this? Or like also, why do I always have to make work about this? But I think in the beginning, like choosing to make work about it was a process of healing, and it was a process of just being introspective. It was like the only way I could access introspection because I was never taught how to. Like my intentions weren't to like normalize body hair. That was not. It was more like, you know what, I just want to draw myself hanging out. Like I want to draw this reality where everyone's like okay and everyone's great, and not only that, like we look amazing and we're in a beautiful place and like life is fine. Like it's all good. So like I think those were my motives, like more than anything, were to like depict this like fantasy like but also potentially real reality that could happen. I want to see like huge paintings of like brown hairy woman just like in a fucking gallery or like in a museum. Like that is so necessary. Gaining technique and gaining skill is very important to me. I don't want myself to like look past those things when I'm making work just because my subject or topic is eye-catching. Even applying, I just applied to go to art school, and I got into some really amazing schools. Like, did I get in because I'm gonna be the token queer Muslim, and maybe these schools are like, we need someone like that for the other kids. The reason we build community and the reason we find each other is because we have similar struggles and like we have similar journeys, we have similar experiences. Being able to find community after I've started to make work has completely changed my life, especially through the internet, because there are a lot of people who send me messages. There are a lot of like queer, gender non-conforming people, and also just like brown girls who like send me all these messages and emails, and it's like, wow, like you're telling me that I changed your life, that like I did this, or like I helped you. Like that's amazing. If you're able to help someone heal in any sort of way, it's like that's what we're supposed to do. I think, like just as humans, like we're supposed to help each other. It is so important to me to know like what's happening in Pakistan, like past and present. It's not a conversation that I'm having with my family every single day, so I have to be the one to be like, hey, can we sit down, can we do our family lineage chart right now? Like, can we do this? Like, where are my grandparents from? Like, I have to ask questions about the partition. They don't want to talk about partition. That's also a whole nother thing, is that they feel uncomfortable talking about it. And to me, it's like, you know, it was such a traumatizing experience that I understand why they wouldn't want to talk about it. But also, like, feelings of trauma get passed down, and like things that families repress get passed down in some way or another. But it is important to me to know about my history because it does affect the work that I do. So this woman created like this queer space. It's in Karachi, and it's like an alternative art space, and she was murdered by the government. That does affect me in some way because I'm here in New York and I don't have it that bad. I have community here. I can have open dialogue with other South Asians. I also have to hold back because I live at home, so like I do have to look as feminine as possible when I'm around my family, because if not, then it's like it's gonna be bad. It's good, and like I can't. It's not that I feel like I can't just like express myself. It's that I'm choosing to repress because I'd rather not spark violence in the house. I'd rather like leave my house and do what I have to do. I'm always thinking about my development in terms of my childhood, just because I feel like a mess. Like I don't feel like a functioning person. in your childhood, if you grew up with parents who are always putting each other down and always fighting, it like completely alters your social skills, and it makes you feel very inadequate because no one was ever really engaging with you. My mom, like, she was yelling at me when she read the paper because she was like, I'm tired of this body hair shit. Like, I'm just tired of it. Like, you're ruining our family. Like, your sister's gonna have a hard time getting married if people, like, look you up. Like, they see, like, your naked body, like, all over the internet. And it's like, wait, that's, like, kind of true. Like, maybe I am, like, fucking this up. Like, am I really being, like, really selfish by deciding to do these things? I have brought people home that I've been intimate with that visibly are very queer or gender non-conforming. Watching her interact with different people is mesmerizing because she does it so well that I'm just like, wait, I just thought that you were gonna like freak out, but you're totally okay. So what does this mean? Like, maybe I actually can have this conversation with you. I feel like if I'm able to have a constructive conversation with someone else about the topics in my work, either people who are POC or non-POC, I can learn how to have the conversation with my family. And I think it kind of goes back to them at the end of the day.